Yeah, you realize that's life. So I have to do this again, by the way. So I have to make the good mood. Let's go. Second time. I try my best again with the connection. Let's get directly started before the. I don't know what happened. What happened? Is it working? Yes. Olivia, are you
Hey,
sure?
okay. Well, don't know what happened.
I think our energy level is too high, so the
Yeah, it's
internet
too
goes
high for it's too high for social media.
too
It just
high for
cannot take
social
it.
media. It's not working. So sorry. So again, thanks a lot that you took your time today. So as you see, my network is not stable with two bloodline African people. We never know. We
I
never
have
know.
no idea. So you know what? We're just going to flow. I'm happy to flow. Let's flow.
Yes, yes. So normally, I just tell you what happens. We talk about the knowledge what you make with the business. First of all, who are you? What are you doing? How old are you? Where you come from? And then we go over to the next step, like how did you know the business? What happened with it? What happened with the products? And then we just go with the flow. And I just ask you simple questions so we can give the people some knowledge and mostly. Yes, who are you? Who's Olivia? Who's the nice person behind the camera who teach a lot of knowledge, what you learn? So who are you?
Well, first of all, Ali, first, thank you so much for having me. For some reason, I can't even see your screen. So if I look on the side, it's just because like I have my Insta
Okay.
live, but there's nothing. I just don't know what's going on. Social media is not social mediaing today, but it's okay. Thank you for having me. It's an honor. It's an honor because I always don't take it for lightly nor granted, but it's great to be connected and to bring the professionalism of network marketing to make it sexy again, just like you
Yeah.
and I, your beautiful wife. But who am I? I'm Olivia. As I went to CrossFit this morning, and
So,
we were working out, and if you guys know, CrossFit is my therapy at this point. So I just work out. I just do CrossFit because I don't want to go to therapy. So that's the only thing I do. But he was, as we were working out and doing a hard workout, he was saying, where's everybody from? Like there were people from Australia, there were people from like New Zealand, there were people from Mexico, there were people from UK. And he says,
wow.
Olivia, where are you from? And as I'm doing double unders, I'm like, I don't know. Um, for the ones watching, I am British. I'm born in the UK. My mom is Scottish. My dad's Nigerian.
Ah,
I have a very heavy American accent. Never lived in the US, but I just picked it up because I traveled 12 times around Europe. So that's it. That's all I used to say. I mean, I lived in Germany, but the only thing I can say is Guten Abend, Guten Morgen, Ich liebe dich, and that's it. So,
the
we're
the
gonna keep
best
it simple.
words. The
That's
best
what
word that
I'm
you
saying.
learn.
Yeah. And and then you asked another question of like how I jumped into network marketing. My mom, I'm actually second generation of it. My mom was in it before, so she dragged me to the events. Back in the day, I don't know, Ollie, how long you've been in the network marketing game. Um, but my mom dragged me to events when I was younger, and I always sort of loved it without loving it. But I love the personal development. I love the growth. I love being a better version of you. And I still remember when I earned my first commission, which was like probably like 13 euros at the time. I'm like, you can make a money by recommending? And I'm like, yeah, that's dope. And then, yeah, and then jumped into different companies. This one was probably the one where it was really out of the blues because I don't know um, how you felt with drinking the drinks. I'd be curious to see like how you've been. I mean, if I have to be honest, we just connected like about a couple of days ago. So that's how like I jump into things. I'm like, okay, let's do this. When? Which time? Monday, Wednesday. Okay, let's jump into it. But I joined about a couple of years ago. When I realized that downstairs, when I went to, because we had a COVID right situation, and I realized there was no more toilet paper. I'm like, I think we're going into a recession, guys. Like, there's no toilet paper. And so that's when I was like, okay, onto my prayer mat. I'm like, God, you have to bring me something that aligns body, mind, and soul. And I kid you not, a friend called me up and he said, look, I have an opportunity for you. He knew me before because we were in a different company, but he knew I had like leadership skills, that I loved just the growth. And so what happened was he said, hey, look, these are the products. And at the time, like 5 years ago, 4 years, I don't know, the website was really
Yeah.
shady. I mean, it wasn't what it was today. You know, people see it like today and it's like, oh, it looks gorgeous. When I started, it was like, what are those? What am I supposed to do with these? And I ordered the drinks. I was like, okay. We actually said you got 5 hours to decide, and then it hung up. I'm like, so I ordered, I got the drinks, I tried it, and then I'm like, okay. And I'm like the Activist, which I'm waiting for my shipment because it's action pack right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't feel anything. And he's like, well, because you're not taking enough scoops. I'm like,
Then
okay.
you were like,
I did more scoops. To a point now, people call me the CRACK dealer, right? And I'm like,
I
yeah, but
know.
I'm
I
here.
just saw it on your on your reel when you were in front of the stage and you were like, well, this is my. I cannot officially say it, but maybe Rolf Vlog maybe one day allows me.
Yeah,
But it is.
I gotta be careful now because even like Insta, whatever, if you post a picture of it on your stories, it doesn't. But like, so I'm the official healthy chakra drink, which now I call it. But it's like, yeah,
But this is amazing because you're one of the people actually that we used for us because we want to bring the products over the sea mostly but back to Africa. We sent it your video all over to our families, and then we were like, we have to know this girl. Where's she from? And then we searched for you for real. Now it's 4 months. We looked for you four
really,
months now. Yeah. I can just I just told you this live one just to know why because your experience talk, how does it call? Erfahrungsbericht.
Testimonial.
Your testimonial was amazing and it was on English and it was the only one that we had on English.
I can give you more if you need in English, guys.
Yes, please. Yes, please. And also like yeah, it's amazing for us to see yeah, the company is growing in Germany a lot, and
Yep.
overseas it's kind of difficult. Just Korea is also really big, but like for Great Britain, the US, or other countries, it's a little bit more difficult because they are just starting to grow. So that's my next question: how is it for you to be one of the leaders in the Great Britain? To yeah, you're one of the first stars, I would say. They starting there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really consider myself a star, even though I am a born one, but I will take that. But I will tell you this. It's always much of a challenge to start something new because it's consistency.
Yes.
It's difficult to show up in the gym when, you're not seeing your abs pop up. Not that you generally want to work out to get the abs, but like you don't see the change at first because it takes time to build trust. It takes time to build something where I am completely convinced, like I know the products work. I know that they can change people's lives. I have the testimonials, but my hunger and my level is completely different. Now, of course, we're in a really interesting season where, yes, it is a recession. I mean, I'm not an expert. I don't follow, the news, but we are in a dig where now it's like, okay, you've got to show up. There's an endless of possibilities, but at the same time, being a visionary requires to be consistent, requires to do so much more legwork, which I'm happy to do because I'm like, bet you God, like I have the faith of a mustard seed, but you better watch. Like it's J-Rod, all right? But it's exciting because it's something new. People don't know about it. Yes, you do get a lot more rejection, but I mean, network marketing it's entrepreneurship game. You're not going to win all the time. And if you look at, for example, maybe your success, Ollie, to maybe Christians or to other leaders that are awesome, to the Italian, it takes grit. But you also got to understand, for me, I know that what we can bring to the UK market is so different, so flavored, so spice, but it's my vision of like how I want people to see. It's not like the old ways of old network marketing. And so I see it as like it's hunger for me. I'm like, I'm excited about this. So yeah, for me this is it's always difficult for a tough market at first, but it's the joys of, you know, the setbacks. I even though I feel it really hard and it's challenging, I get really excited because I'm like, it's worth the wait, right?
Wow, really amazing. Then that's perfect because you said it's also challenging, but this challenge actually make you more exciting. So how do you work with backfire? How do you work with people who say, go away with network marketing, it's pyramid system, it's snowball system, it's not working.
Yeah.
How do you work with it?
Love, love that. Well, I've gotten another love for sales, so I'm really getting better at my iron, at my craft of, you know, it's also a belief. Now, I grew up with like, have very had very little like it's a pyramid or it's a or it's like something. Um, if I have had it, I'm always like, well, I get it, you know. Everything's a pyramid. I mean, you're in the government, so you know that's a pyramid, but that's okay, you know. So I'm not quite like, you want to shoot at me, I'll shoot back at you. But I also go with, you know, I don't make it a big thing in the sense that I want people also to understand that, yeah, maybe you have stories about it. Like, tell me about like your story about, you know, a pyramid. How has it not worked? And so I give more value in the sense of like, okay, it's maybe not something, but I keep the conversation going if I see that there's value in that person. Because I mean, you're always going to get rejection, and I don't want to change your mindset, but at the end of the day, if people don't want to do the business, I know that you can always say, hey, okay, you don't want to do the business, that's fine, but maybe you want the products. And if you're happy to use the products, and absolutely. So my firing back is keeping people in the loop, but also showing them that I'm not going anywhere. Like, you better watch me. You maybe don't want to buy my drink from me. You maybe don't want to buy my product from me. You maybe don't want to do business with me. That's fine. But watch me, baby. I'm going to put on a show and I keep on showing up. And so that's what fuels me, because I'm like, it's no wonder I'm a Nigerian woman.
Yeah.
You do not say no to me, right? Like, no. And you
Is
don't
is
say no
it,
to my Scottish heritage.
just want to
No.
ask, is your
Yep.
daddy original from the Igbo tribe?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know.
evil.
Okay.
For the ones that don't know, I mean, Nigerians in a sense are, especially Igbos. I won't say like the others are not, but generally Nigerians, Igbo are known for just being stubborn and just like a hustle in business.
You
Like,
guys
you're
are
not.
businessman. You're
Yeah.
businessman. You go over there, you buy everything for me, what I got you for you. You go out with 10 cars, not with one, 10.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. I actually have connection over Nigeria, and I really tried to get these guys, and they were like, yeah, we don't know because of shipping and stuff. I was like, oh, don't care, don't worry. You don't have to ship. We already have the Ivory Coast and Morocco, so let's do business. It's
Yeah.
amazing how
Yeah.
big this is. And then there was a
Right.
really cool question what the guy asking you. What means PM for you? Because you already were in other businesses before. So what's the difference for you, PM and all the other network companies?
You know what? PM for me stands because I was really looking for something that could like body, mind, and soul. But I was looking for something, one, that wasn't American. I was looking for something that was European. I was looking for a company that was family based. And I was looking for something where I could just come as I am, even though I love the hamburgers from McDonald's and I love the fries. You cannot get me on anything else. Like, the fries are the best of McDonald's. I'm sorry.
My wife just shake the head and was like, yeah, she's right.
Girl, we're friends. We're twins. Um, but it literally is come as you are. And that's what I want people to feel, regardless, like the product in itself. Like, I don't need to do research on the active ice. The only thing I know is the product works. I couldn't care less about the ins and the outs. But what I do also, and I will tell this because Ollie, you're with the same skin tone as your wife also. Um, for me, it was really important that as I've had difficulties finding skincare for my skin that adapt to my skin tone. It was so tough, and I really wanted a product that really worked. And when I tried it, like it just made sense. I was like, you could be white, you could be black, you could be blue, you could be darker than my skin, you could be lighter than me, but the product will work, and everybody's experience is going to be different. And so that's for me where I'm like, okay, that just resonates. Um, and the vision of the UK market, which hasn't been done, I'm like, it just excites me. And regardless of, there's probably thousands of other people also doing the same thing as me, but when you see social media building a brand, Ollie, people will turn to you for something because people buy from people that they know,
Yeah,
love, and trust. Um, and as you were on the live earlier on, but I was talking about doing a live where I did a sale. The sale was like 5 minutes.
I heard
It
it.
was such an
Yeah.
easiest sale on the planet. Like, just because I saw her once at an event and then we connected on social, she was looking for something, wasn't the right time, and then, yeah, give me your bank details, I'll send it over. Boom. Like, easy. And I'm like, we as human beings have the opportunity to do that. But if we just showed up and were consistent with our product, that we just shared from a place of love and shared from a place of where people can see as you are. And yes, you do sell products, but you got to make money, guys. Like, I think we got to turn the stigma of like making money. Like, money is easy to make. Money is if you shift in a mode of like serving, I have a gift for you, and you're not like that person that's mean on saying you don't buy from me, because I was that person. You don't buy from me, you're not going to be my friend anymore.
I think the most people, not over by you, also here in Germany, a lot of people were like, well, I'm not friends with them anymore because they say they don't buy. It's like, why? It's like when you ask them to give them like, for example, a sneaker or chocolate bar, and they say no, you break up the friendship, and they were like, no. I was like, well, it's the same with your products. It's
Same.
like if they say no, let them say no, maybe not now. It's
Same. Like, and I think if we fell more in love with like the no is not now, I also take it as dating, right? Like, hey, what you doing tonight? No, I'm not free for you, right? Like whatever the date is gonna be. Like, I just had one. I'm like, yo, what are you doing tonight? I am not free, right? Like, I said, no, it's a
yeah,
rejection. I said a rejection,
yeah,
but it's cool, right? So
yeah,
it's to say, I think we just got to turn. I think just because here's the thing people have with network marketing, and this is a real thing that, because you're part of something and it's your brand and it's connected to money or it's connected to a transformation, you hold so much onto it where it's like, I need it. When if you just like um didn't hold yourself from it and you treated it like a business, as a business opportunity of saying, hey, is this for you? No. Okay. And then you just follow up with the questions and you follow it up. Then automatically the game changes. But it's understanding that you have to treat it like a business. And I think people treat it too much like amateurs. And I see the flames and everybody like tuning out. I don't see the comments, so I don't know if there's any comments. But
no,
like, I do apologize. I'm
they're
just like
not
so
comments.
focused. I'm like, I'll get it.
My lives all the time have in the afternoon, in the after time when I post them, then they get tons of views. I think my highest live has like 8,000 views.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, and then I just say, okay, the people still don't gonna text you. You have to text the people. Just like you ask them, hey, you watch my live. Why did you watch it? What is interesting for you that you
Yeah.
watch it? So because people just think they start this business, they have the products at home. They're like, well, now people will come. It's not like this. It's not like this.
Yeah. And I love what you say. If I may cut you off before you jump onto another thing, it's like we're in a society today where it's not because you post something that people automatically will slide in your DMs. Like, you have to reach out to the people because maybe they're scared of reaching out to you. I was talking to a friend, well, a friend. Let's just be honest today. I got myself waxed.
You
Okay, she
can.
came over to my home and she was waxing me. Okay, so at least we know everybody. You know all my business guys now. And she was waxing me. And then she was like, I don't get any guys that slide into my DMs. And I'm like, I don't either get that too. But she was like, one of my other girlfriends does. And I was like, yeah, but what's her energy? And she was like, she doesn't know what she wants. Whereas we're both strong women and we know what we want. So like, you can't slide in my DMs before I'll probably like punch you in some way, shape, or form. Because I just like, I know what I want. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's because also we're like that and we're so busy and we driven that sometimes people don't. Uz Uzi, how do you say in French, in English? They don't dare to ask you. And so we as professional transformational people, we have to reach out to people and get them to ask the
Yeah.
questions. So yeah, I just thought I would say.
That was really nice. Wow, that's good knowledge for people now that listening. That's why the content is here for. That's why the content is here for. And what would you say to people who are skeptical about the whole situation, about the products, about network marketing? How do you give them help, or what do you try to tell them or ask them?
So that's an awesome question. And don't get me wrong, we're all skeptical. You know, I was skeptical before I started. Like, you know, I'm not a supplement girl, but I am a product girl. Um, but I did tell myself, and I heard this from David Goggins this morning from somebody that sent me a reel. What if? What if the product changed your life and you could run a little faster, or you could spend more time with your kids because you're not out of breath anymore, or you could lose that extra weight and feel comfortable? What if you could earn that extra income and it's maybe not like 1,000 pounds or, you know, 10,000 like what Ollie and I are earning? Like, no, it's maybe not that, but it's maybe what if with a card, with the Fitline card that you can have, could give you the opportunity to take your kids to a park or a theme park, and you could learn skills in being more confident. You can maybe start loving yourself. You can maybe find the right man in the network marketing game because you know what you want. You maybe your sponsors, maybe your next future husband, you know, like
Yeah,
you don't know.
you know.
But I always say, look, we've all been hurt. And I'm probably so optimistic. I've been hurt in relationship. I've been hurt so bad that if you looked at my past record of my relationship with men, I should probably like become gay, become a like lover for women at this point if this continues. But I'm so optimistic that what if all the heartbreak, all the hurt built me into the woman that I am. But had I not said yes, I probably wouldn't have met the man that I have today. And so I always bring it to a fact that maybe it's not the right time. You know, maybe it's not. You know, and I'm okay. I will continue just like showing up. And I think the game also is the, I know we don't like talking about it, but it's a follow-up game. It's, you know, they weren't ready a year ago, but maybe they're ready today or tomorrow or, you know, in a month. Um, you know, somebody wasn't ready in the business, and it's only, I recruited her a couple of weeks ago, and she was going through a heartache. She was going through a breakup. She wasn't ready for it. And then now she said she's ready. But because I kept on showing up with my products, because I kept on talking about the business, and I'm like, I'm so happy. Even though I wasn't, because I know at that moment when I met her, I was like, even the socks, even a fly couldn't pick me up, you know. So yeah,
But it's perfect because mostly people think, I don't want to do this because I don't want to annoy the people. I just tell them every time, what you just said, if you help the person in the moment with something they're going through and you just don't know it? What if? And this is
yeah,
the situation. My next question would be like, do we have free tips for people who want to start in our
yeah.
business?
3 tips. Super simple. Like keep the business simple. And I know we talk about it, but actually I was trying to make it this complicated, but it's use the product, you talk about it, and you demo it. You use, you
It's
talk, you
called
demo, and
demo.
you do it. You know it,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I know you're probably like, yeah, but I want better tips. I'm like, my love, if I give you a list of 1,000 things to do, you won't do it. I want you to keep the basic, and do it as like as you can. Like showing up with your products in their stories, you know, showing up at the gym with it, you know, starting to talk about it, you know, being known for that person that's always happy. Like you use, you talk, you demo, and all the time. And also asking questions out of the use, the talk, the demo is asking questions like for people to see, hey, like if I had a drink that would help, if I had a product that would help with your skin, if I had something, like, would you give it a look? Like being open and asking like deep questions, not like when you're buying. Like, when are you doing it? No, like, and I'll always ask the question. I have somebody also, and this is somebody probably that I don't know if she's gonna watch my story. She does, but um, she she saw the product. She says it's too much caffeine. I'm like, girl, first of all, stop it. Like, there's research backed by it. Athletes wouldn't be able to use it. But I pulled the trigger and I said, and it's been like months now. Like, we're 9 months of, following up. But I don't really like, I'm always in, she watches my stories, which is fine. But I told her, I'm like, and sometimes I'll pull the trigger on this one. I'll just say, you don't like high quality products. That's okay. Not
Wow.
every high quality products is not for everyone.
That is perfect. That is, you
And
just teach me something that I'm gonna use 100%.
use, please, my friend, please use, because I will always say pigeons and eagles don't have the same height nor the same flight. So I'm sorry, you don't like high quality products? Boom, go home. But I don't say it in a way that's arrogant. I just know that people like, yeah, our products are premium,
Yeah.
premium nutritional supplements. It's not for everyone, but it's okay but I know that it's in the long run at some point she will buy, because there is, like, if people are so contagious at some point they will buy. But it's like, it's understanding you have to get better at sales, right? But you only get better at sales when you talk and you demo. When you use the product, you talk about it around you and you demo it, because people are like, okay, what are you doing? What's in that story? Like, what's the product? So yeah.
Perfect. The perfect description. Hey, you just flashed me. I like this. But for you, since you're in PM and since you are doing this business now, you say 4 or 3 years now?
Yeah, I have a real issue with numbers. So even when I work out, I don't even know the numbers. I was with my CrossFit
So
workout
so
this
more
morning. I
than
was
a
like,
year.
Ian, I'm like, Noah, how many reps do we have? So I think from COVID, I think it's 2021 till now, whenever that is.
Okay. So what did you learn in this time from PM and the business?
Oh, that's a really good one. I've learned that I've had to evolve and adapt.
Hmm. Wow.
And I have also had to learn that my and this is I'll be blunt and honest. The business that I built in COVID is not a business that is a normal business, in the sense that you cannot count the COVID years as building a business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I've because network marketing at basic is sales, right? But I've had to learn and getting better at what is it that Olivia Igwe is wanting. And I've built businesses, they've crushed. I've built teams and they've crushed. And so it's finding the foundation of, like, what is it that Olivia and the vision of the team, where are we heading? And once you've got that and you work really well on your sales, you work well on your energy, you work well on being a servant leader, it I've learned to having to adapt, and also to learn that, I suck at a couple of things, and I'm like, you got to pick yourself up. But I've also learned that it's also important to be humble, open, and transparent. I think that has taught me a lot on social media within PM and within the growth, that people will relate to real stories, real
Yeah.
you know? And that's the beauty of what I love social media, is because you get to be your unique self. And I know people are like, yeah, but I don't want to become like you. I'm not asking you to be like me. But I will inspire the ones that feel that, they don't have enough energy to show up, etc. Because I just believe social media, I can touch more people, and I get to write the Netflix book of my story. So it's
Wow.
not, Dylan that's going to write it, or Mo, or, Sean, or Makita. It's me, Olivia. I'm writing my own book. So I've learned that, you're gonna get more downs. Um, then you're going to get wins. But and Fraser Brooks taught me this. He's like, you don't quit on a bad day. You don't quit
Because
on a bad day.
because these are also the most days where you're growing the most.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter how hard you punch, it matters how often you get
yeah,
up.
yeah,
So yeah. Then
yeah. And it's go for it,
no,
go for it.
no, 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 go for it.
No, I was just wanting to say that, it's always about how you're going to get back up. And I always have this this vision of Mike Tyson. Like every time he fell, every time things didn't work out, there was always an opportunity on the other side. But you had to go through the punches, because you wouldn't be able to learn from those punches if you weren't on the floor. You wouldn't be able to understand, like, when somebody said no to you, or somebody did a video on you, or somebody treated you badly or whatever. It's and that's one thing I probably would say sales has taught me, well, with network marketing, because it's still sales. It's emotional intelligence. The fact of being such a calm as a cucumber, one would say, in situations where you probably would punch somebody in their face and they would lie on the floor. But since you're so good at just like the inner strength of being, what, it's gonna be
Innocent,
quiet.
or you just bite the person in the opposite the ear off, like Mike Tyson did.
Yeah. Or you get somebody on the streets to hit them on the side, like, get out.
but but
So,
but I would directly go to my next question, because here in Germany they hate this word sales. I don't know how it's over in UK,
same.
because they mostly start the beginning is like, it's nothing for me because I'm not a salesperson, right? And I just say, well, then we are two persons, because I'm also not a salesperson. But the funny thing is, when you singer and you're in the club, for example, men's or women, doesn't matter, and you start to talk to somebody, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, well, I start to talk. I say, yeah, you try to convince the person that you're attractive to her. So you're selling yourself. So then they mostly say, well, I'm not a hooker, but I say, yeah, I don't mean this. That's like,
I
but
didn't say it, but maybe you are.
but no, that's what I mean. It's just, what do you say to people that say, yeah, well, I'm not a salesperson?
So I love it now, because before, when I was younger, like, having me talk to somebody, even a fly, could probably be a competition to me, because I wouldn't even do it. Like, not even talking. But now that I know that sales, it's a transaction, it's energy. But I make it now in my content where I really want people to, like, okay, you can fall in love with sales. Like, if you shift, like, I'm getting people to shift their personality, their mindset in sales. So I'm very loud and very bold about talking about sales, because I really do believe it's a stigma. Even in our community, the stigma of making money, women making money, like, I'm like, guys, we've got to make money. So I always say, hey, look, like, yeah, I don't sell. I mean, no, actually, no. I go, depending on the situation. I actually say, yeah, I sell. I'm selling you a dream. I'm brainwashing you. And so automatically their response is like, oh, okay. Well, then let the guards down. Sell me, tell me. But I always try and go from a point of, I try and make it fun, right? Because selling is initially in itself, it's boring. You reach out to somebody, you talk about your product, you follow up, you close the sale, there's a transaction, and then after that, well, there's a transaction, and then after there's transformation. The layout is boring. But how can we make it like a little bit more sexier, by the message, or, sliding into a DM or saying, hey, it's that time. I said you wanted the drink. Is this still on, right? So I try and get people to make it like, I know you don't like selling, but selling only comes from a belief. And if you've built the belief on the red drink, and you know that it's helped, then go for it. So I'll give you another story, because I work really well with stories. But I did a CrossFit workout, a competition, a couple of days ago, right? I work out 6 days a week. On Friday I did not work out. Saturday we had the competition. We came second to last. It's okay. I got beaten by the Avengers of CrossFit, but that's okay. I thought I was an athlete, but I'm not an athlete. Clearly not, because I was second to last, but that's okay. Um, and so the next day I did weightlifting. My body's not sore. You want to know why? Because the girl, and I don't have it with me because I'm not in the room, but I didn't have my restaurant, right? The exotic one that now we have in the UK. And I took two of those in the evening. And so one of my girlfriends, she was like, "How are you feeling not sore?" And I'm like, "Well, I took my drink two in the evening. It helps with recovery." Now she's been seeing my stories since last October, but has not bought from me, right? Until I talked to her about it, and she's like, "Ah, I'm interested," right? And so it's the repetition of the showing up the showing of the product, and also just telling stories where people also, when they're in the pain, that's when you can offer, right? Probably doing a masterclass at this point, but yeah. Don't know where the point of the story was, but yeah, it was showing the fact that yeah, it's the follow up of, you know, the product, and just showing up with like how you felt. And also, I didn't realize, but the products, me working out 6 days a week, when I tell people, and I'm like, the only reason I can do this is one, because I'm recovering really fast and really well with the product. So I'm like, it's not smarty pants, guys, but two and two.
Man,
So
that's amazing. If you would see my upline, you would also then you would take advertisement with him. He's 72.
really?
Yes, and he drives with us all around Germany to every Veranstaltung,
Event.
to every
Events?
event. From he starts at 4 a.m. his day, he goes to bed at 11 p.m. And this guy, yeah, I have to introduce you to him. You would say, wow. And
Wow.
every time before he drops me off at home, he say, you know what? Without these products, my life would be not like this. And he has
Oh
now,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, even you, like, I don't think you'd be a normal human being. Like, I don't even know how I functioned before. Even your wife, I'm like, how did we function before? How were we human
yeah.
beings? Were we just sluggish?
She will send you testimony. That's amazing. Because
Yeah,
the
please
third one of us.
do. Slide in my DMs, girl. Tell me your
Sorry, I
testimonial.
will.
Should we do this? Well, okay. Last but not least, that's my longest life since I do this, by
Yeah.
the way. So it's really a special edition, and I also, of course, I also take this to show the people that we have a lot of friends outside of Europe and outside of Germany, and you are the best example because you so happily friendly. We can see that you never give up. You explain people how it that's for everyone, just if you want to, and you're the best example for it. For me, when I saw your page, I was like, "Boy, she needs more clout." I would give you all my clout that I have for real, and yeah, what why would people work with you? That's like it's like question because people also ask me like in the end sometimes like why should I work with you not with somebody else?
I love that question because I always thought that I wasn't worthy um of that until I had to work on myself. But I I believe that we all have a unique fingerprint, and our transformation can only happen from one person to another, right? Because we work as community. We don't work alone. And I always say I am probably the best person because I work on myself every single day and I'm always learning. But I don't want to do it alone, and I much rather have somebody we both hold our hands to elevate onto the other side. And I say, and this is probably bold of me, but I'm anointed, blessed, and favored. You're not going to get any spices, flavors of what I give at another level if we're not working together. You won't get la crème de la crème, as the French would say, like the high end of the high end. Like, I really
Amazing.
do believe I am like crème de la crème. And if you don't want it, then that's fine. Please pick somebody else, but pick somebody else at your level and don't come down to me. Like, and I've seen people that have joined other people in business and other network marketing businesses, and I'm like, cool for you, boo. I love you, but like, you're missing out.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So yeah.
Wow, that's yeah. I'm so happy. I'm so really glad that I invited you today in this live.
No, thank you
I
so
really
much.
keep on
Thank you.
going for real.
Thank you.
Trust me, my team, we're really watching you. Like that, I found you was so amazing. I was like, wow, she has to come in the interview. You inspire a lot of people over here. As I say,
Thank you.
keep on going. Whenever you need some time, when you need a sleeping place in Germany, we have room for you. Then you can come to a business academy in Germany. Then you can see the big things, the big mandams.
Yeah, I've heard your events are huge. I really want to go, but now that I'm connected with you, I think I'll just slide in and take a trip and just go there because I need to see.
Come.
I need to see it with my own
It's
eyes.
about 3,000 people every
I
single
heard, and you
event.
have it so on 2 days. I am like, what the mother scissors?
It's amazing. We Germans don't appreciate this much. a lot of people, they're like, "Ah, it's too far," and I was like, "Bro, in the World Congress, people came from where?
Uh,
Taco or something?
Asia. Yeah, yeah, they
No,
flew in. Yeah, yeah.
much more behind Tonga, behind Australia. These people fly 1.5 freaking days to be there, and then people in Germany say, "Well, it's too far. I don't want it." It's like, well, don't never think about that. You drive a Porsche one day or something.
Yeah. Call me when you grow up. I'll help you out then. If not, stay where you are.
Uh, it's really lovely. Well, somebody say, "Great interview. I'm going to UK in October. Probably already managed to meet Elaine."
Oh, Ian's awesome. Ian's the best. Like Ian is, he's the sales director in the UK. He is a gem. We are so blessed to have him. So yeah, if you do come to the UK, come absolutely say hi.
Oh, nice.
Ollie,
Nice.
thank you so much.
Thank you
Honestly, I
so
just want to thank
much.
you and your wife just for showing up and continue going, continue growing. I know it's tough and it gets tough, but some I heard this on network marketing from Fraser. He says sometimes you'll work for the next 5 or 10 years or 6 years for 1 year of breakthrough. And I know it sounds like, oh great, like you're doing all of this for that. But it truly is like what if you just continued one more day, you could change somebody's life. And I think it's part of that transformation and everybody watching. You're welcome, Pineapple, Liz,
That's
and
my wife.
for Chance. Honestly, like it's I really want you guys, if out of all this message you guys hear, is like don't give up. Don't give up on a bad day. Don't give up on talking about your product. Keep on just bringing the joy of just being happy. It will shift. I promise you. I do get some messages of like, hey, like private DMs. Thank you for showing up all year last year because that was probably my toughest moment. And I'm like, and this was like when I started at the beginning when I thought like I was nuts going live. It changes lives and you can change. You don't have to go at my level, but don't give up. Don't give up.
Exactly. Thank you so much for this beautiful
You're so
words.
welcome. You're so
So
welcome. Thank
we're
you so
keeping
much.
in touch.
Yes,
Send me your number.
we
No,
will.
not
We
me.
will.
Send
Yeah.
my wife your number.
Yeah. Don't worry. I got it. I'll definitely send you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
you
you
guys.
so much,
Take
and
care.
we see each other. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.